Yep, I hate talking on mic.
You have a great American
I haven't
accent,
turned it. I haven't turned it on yet.
Okay, they don't have a French accent. I can just say it's my night,
Do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. I just was gonna try and make it super easy for you. So this place was- I'm excited to
Welcome to the Jug Joint. Give yourself a round of applause. You can do better than that. That's more like it. This is my night, guys. This is gonna be insane. Let's give a big round of applause for our feature act tonight, Pauline Yasuda. Of course, you have to give a huge round of applause for your headliner. That's me, right now. 3, 2, 1. Without further ado, let's welcome our MC, the wonderful Trish.
Hey everybody, I'm Trish Cook. Thanks for coming out tonight. Glad to see you all. Thanks for coming out to the Joke Joint. We really appreciate it. Just a few things before we get started. If you wouldn't mind, please turn your phones off or to silent. We appreciate that. You can turn it to vibrate. That's okay. We're not going to judge. We might giggle a little. Like a little bit. Let's see what else. If you need the restrooms, it's out this door and down the hallway. And please keep your table talk to a minimum. We appreciate that very much. So have you guys heard about the lady with the eye worms this week? The lady with the eye worms. Worms coming out of her eyes? Yes! Oh my God, she's in Oregon. Had a little thing in her eye and pulled out 40 little eye worms. I know. I don't have a joke about it. I just can't stop thinking about it. At all. I mean, like, I have enough to worry about, and I'm worried about eye worms from face fleas. That's how she got it, face fleas. I know, who even knew that was a thing? Sorry, have a great dinner. Enjoy it. I don't know. I just can't stop thinking it. Eye worms out of your eye. Okay, so now that we're all grossed out, I'm glad to be here. I really am inside. Yeah, I'm super indoorsy. It's not an Olympic sport yet, but I do have Olympic level endorsementship skills. Like, we don't get medals or trophies or ribbons, but I just feel pretty good knowing that I'm the best at it. Any other indoors people? Good? You're all good Minnesotans you like to be? Oh, I have another indoorsy. Okay, awesome. It's the best place to be. It's a little hard to describe that sometimes, though, like in a dating profile. You know, like how do I explain to somebody very quickly that I like the scenery from my couch, or the panoramic view from my favorite bar stool, or yes, I do want to go out with you, just as long as by going out you mean that we're actually going to be staying in and not going out at all. That's hard to explain. And then, you know, in the online dating, you have to like describe not only like your interests and what you look like, you also have to describe your body shape. And I feel like that's a little unfair. Like, I feel like my current shape depends on who I'm standing next to. Like, you know, I've got like these skinny, coked up LA friends. I'm super fat next to them. Super fat. But then, if I go up and see some relatives of mine, then I'm kind of tiny. Like, they're like, oh my God, look at you, you're tiny. So there's no, like, you know, thing to check for kind of schmoo size or like looking like a DQ, like, you know, the top of a DQ with a little curly Q. It depends on who you're with, you know? Like a little too fat for some people, like, but skinny with others. I mean, you know, it just depends. It depends on who your friends are. And there's not, right? There's not a box for that. Like, well, who are we gonna say? Are we going out with the CrossFitters or the indoorsy types? Like what? I don't know. What I did find out from online dating, and I actually did not request this in my profile, is that I am very popular with over 60 North Dakotans who just got sprung from the big house. Yeah, that was a whole new thing. So my friends have been suggesting that I go out and meet people in real life. Like, go out in the world. Like, they already know I hate that. So, but I keep trying because I have that thing that some of us have where you want to be married and divorced and married and divorced, right? Like I'm halfway there. I'm halfway there. I'm working on the rest, but so I was with some college friends recently, and they said, we're having a reunion. You should come with, you never know who's going to be there. Who's going to be there, right? Like, you could meet somebody. It'll be great. It'll be so much fun. Well, they are liars and terrible friends. Do you know who was there out of all the people in the world? My Divergenizer, right? That's my own term. You can use it if you want, but that one person that happens once in a lifetime, one weird afternoon, right? So I got really nervous and really uncomfortable and really awkward, so I drank too much. And then we started talking about it. Decades later, I'm sure he was really excited about that. So our versions of what happened are very, very different. Very different from one another. I'm sorry, gentlemen, but if you go and find your first, he's going to have a different story than you. I'm sure you've all come a long way. But his version, like I wish I had been there. Like it was like a John Hughes movie, psychedelic furs were playing in the background. I was like, that is amazing. Well, my version was just an awkward commercial break during The Price is Right on my mom's couch on an afternoon. And wasn't that interesting? I don't know. So it was really interesting watching a grown man, an attorney that you see on the news all the time, go from like, hey to, I'm sorry. It wasn't trying to be awful. It was just like, it was like I did a meh, and he was like, what do you mean meh? Anybody, meh. Anyway, so not doing great with dating or much else in my life, which is fine, I guess. We have the whole night together, so I'm just gonna, you guys can feel all kinds of better about yourself. So I've been giving some thought to it, and my ex-husband and I have been talking, and we were considering dating each other again. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've made worse choices. I've made worse decisions. But like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like, we have the same kids, we live in 2 different houses. I mean, like, that's kind of like, just see each other, here, I mean, what can happen? Like, what are we going to do? Get re-divorced? Like, you can't do that. That's not a thing. That can't happen. Like, once the divorce, you're done. I mean, you can't get re-divorced because we're certainly not getting remarried, to each other. So we've been talking about that, going back and forth with that. I don't know. And really what it comes down to is that he is not a very good dater. I am not a good dater. Neither one of us really like anybody. And more than anything, nobody likes either of us. At all. So, who knows? All right, are you guys ready for your first comedian? She is really, really fantastic. You guys can make some noise. Make some noise. She was one of California's funniest females, which is kind of a big deal, right? Like, that's a big deal. You guys are getting like a really high quality show here. She's from LA. She works in LA. Her name is Pauline Usada. Please welcome her to the stage. Thanks so much.
Be honest, how many of y'all thought I was going to pick up that violin and start playing it? I'm not. It's okay, maybe you're a little racist, that's fine.